Hey everybody, welcome back. James here again with you. Thanks for tuning in for another video on all about air guns. And in today's video, which is part 3 of what your pellets or slugs do in wind, I'm going to be shooting in pretty much no wind, just to see what my 25 cal Avenger with the 25 grain JSB King pellets at 800 feet a second at the muzzle, 3 turns in on the hammer spring and 2500 psi on the regulator setting, does and pretty much hardly any wind at all. And I wanted to share that with you because obviously if the wind is not affecting my shooting that much, with no wind I should shoot technically better, right? In theory I should. So let me go ahead and show you this clip that I took of shooting my 8-inch gong over 100 yards dead center once I found the exact holdover, because my scope is still maxed out on the elevation turret from 200 yards.
Alright, 100 yards with the 25 grain King, 25 cal Avenger, through the scope cam, 2500 psi on the regulator, 3 turns in on the hammer spring, and at 100 yards, hardly no wind at all, like probably 3 or 4 miles an hour compared to what I'm usually shooting. It is stacking pellets dead center of the plate down there. Once I found the exact hold, I wanted to make sure I could hit the plate dead center. And you can see down there, repetitiveness, I was stacking them. There's a camera downrange. Let's go down there and check it out. A little warm today, over 50 degrees. So let's see what happened down here. I can see in the scope at 6 power again. Here's the camera. Still rolling. Woo! You can see, as center as I could get it, I just kept stacking them in here. No wind hardly at all, as you can see. So in theory, over 100 yards and hardly no wind, I should shoot pretty good, in which that shows it right there. That is awesome. Woohoo!
Again, in no wind versus wind, you can see there, I started out left-handed, and that's what the shots were on target, because I naturally pull left when I shoot left-handed. But I used my right hand just to get the job done, and the plate kept swinging. I kept hitting it back to back as it was swinging with no wind, and the group was pretty tight. I mean, we all know what MOA is, so minute of angle at 100 yards is about 1 inch, a little over 1 inch, 1.047, which really nobody goes that far out, but you get my point here. If it's under 1 inch at 100 yards, wind or no wind, that's saying something right there, especially with that pellet going 800 feet a second. So as always, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you got something from this video. As you can see here, how I was shooting, my pellets were in line with the reticle, all the way out to past 100 yards from the bench and hardly no wind. So this was the opposite spectrum of what I'm usually shooting in, as you could tell. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you on the next one.